Doug Frazer is a toolmaker by trade and runs a workshop on the outskirts of Melbourne. When he's not turning a buck at his trade, he sinks all his spare time into British motorbikes.
I've been interested in motorbikes all my life. Got my first bike, which was a BSA Bantam, when I was 14 years old, and that's what got me into BSAs. I raced 5 decades now, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and 2000s. Nearly always British motorcycles and nearly always BSAs. The bicycle boom began in the 1880s, and then by the 1900s, people were looking around to ways of making bicycles more user-friendly, so they started fitting engines to them. Before the arrival of cheap motoring, you had a choice. You had a horse and cart, which was rather slow, a push bike, which was a bit better, or you had a motorcycle, which was a whole lot better, and a fraction of the price of a motor car. Motor cars were incredibly expensive. This is a 1916 Hockley. This is the engine that I found down the scrapyard. Been turned into an air compressor when I'd found it. So I had to rebuild it as an engine, and then I acquired a rear wheel and did the rest of it. I studied what motorbikes looked like at the time and built the rest. And although this doesn't look exactly as it did in 1916, it looks pretty much like a 1916 motorcycle. The horn I actually picked up at a somewhat dodgy market in Marrakesh in Morocco. So we got the rim from Bolivia, the horn from Morocco, and basically I built the rest. Built the frame, the tank, the wheels, the front wheel, and ended up with a motorbike. The procedure for starting the bike is quite simple. Turn on the fuel, tickle the carby, climb on, a little bit of throttle, engage, pedal like crazy with the decompressor in, and hopefully it'll start. I think we might have to do that again.
By the 1930s, motorcycle mania gripped the nation. Huge crowds were attracted to the thrills and spills at Phillip Island as early as 1928, and the tyranny of distance became a thing of the past as motorcycling opened up the country. Even the respectable were getting around on motorbikes. For many, the charm of a 1930s British motorbike is unsurpassed. But for Doug, he wants the best of both worlds.
I decided that I'd like a BSA V twin, but it had to be a fast one. So I basically built my own. They're a beautiful looking motorcycle, but they weren't terribly robust. So I used the design concepts of the 1939 model years for the single and combined it to make a V twin. And that's what I've ended up with. Inspired by Val Page, the BSA designer, but built by me. I made the patents, I got the castings done, and then machined all the castings, built the crankshaft, bolted it all together and fired it up. Say it quickly, it's really quite easy. A mere 700 hours went into the engine, or thereabouts. I'm not content with riding what everyone else rides. It's got to be a little bit different. You know, some people say, oh look, it's a phase you'll grow out of. I'm the wrong side of 50 now and I still haven't grown out of it, so I sincerely hope to be riding them well and truly for the rest of my life. Hopefully that'll be a long time away.